Hey guys, a very late upload by me today. I have been streaming over on Creative Assembly's Twitch channel and their Total War live channel as well for about 5 hours today, I think. So I'm a little bit dead, a little bit knackered, but you know what? I'm still going to give you guys a big fat juicy replay. Today, we have High Elves taking on the mighty Warriors of Chaos, and it's going to be quite the fiery affair. For the forces of the High Elves in the front line, we have a bucket ton of spearmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spearmen to hold the line and enable these ranged units to really dish out the pain and also work as an anvil for the hammer of the cavalry. For the cavalry, we do have Illyrian Reavers, 1, 2, and 3, so relatively cheap and cheerful. But in the central pocket, we have the Fireborn, Regiment of Renowned Dragon Princes, renowned across the new and old world for being some of the finest badasses around, kind of that anti-large martial mastery, fire damage, and all-round pretty cool units. You can't really hate these guys, even if you hate the High Elves. They look just too rock and roll. For the range core, we do have the Talons of Torquelida, Regiment Renowned Archers, who do give that weakness of fire to enemies. Combine that with Double Sisters of Avalon, who do fire and magic damage. There is plenty of damage output to bring to the battlefield. Up in the sky, we do have a Flamesfire Phoenix, floating majestically towards the enemy battle line, able to drop fire poops from its bum to rain down and destroy infantry. Also a relatively decent melee combatant up in the sky. But up against Warriors of Chaos, you can have Manticores as well as Exalted Heroes to deal with flying around. Down on the battle line, we do have Teclis leading his troops, not from the front like his brother, but from the center of his battle line, where he can better strategize and bring pain from afar with his magical spells. He has Net of Amantok, Enfeebling Flow, Flock of Doom, and Regrowth, coming in looking like a bit of a badass. Also, that Bound Fiery Convocation, which can be comboed really well with his net to dish out the pain. For the forces of the Warriors of Chaos, we do have double Marauder Horsemasters over on the right-hand side, and that's it. No more Skirmish Cav. Oh, no, I take that back. We have 4 units of Skirmish Cav, all of which are Marauder Horsemasters, 2 on either side. For the main battle line, we do have Chaos Warriors, either side of a unit of Mirror Guard here. Mirror Guard, so fantastic. You see them almost every time with Warriors of Chaos due to the fact they're so cost effective and can really tear apart their enemy throats. We do have the Chaos Warriors with Halberds in the secondary line and holding down the rear, so a bucket ton of elite infantry, relatively slow, and the Warriors of Chaos player is going to have to do a super fantastic job with his cavalry and his flyers to shut down the enemy range, because the enemy range will do so much damage to this infantry corps. For the Warriors of Chaos, we do have a Chaos Feral Manticore alongside an Exalted Hero with the Mark of Khorne, and then we have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Shadows coming in there with the Pendulum, as well as, is that Mind Razor? Oh, hell yeah. We've got Orcham's Mind Razor alongside the Pendulum. That's a bucket ton of damage output, and I love to see this triple flying core of different styles of Manticore. Without further ado, let's get this battle underway. So initially, of course, the High Elves are simply going to shuffle up. They don't really need to go to the Chaos Forces that much. They want to bring them upon their spears and shield wall and rain down fire with the Sisters of Avalon. Now, the Flamesfire Phoenix is slightly outnumbered in the sky up against all the ridiculous amount of Manticores, but with the help of the Sisters, they may actually be able to come away with a positive engagement there, even if they don't quite win it. Now, the Mirror Guard do have 100 armor and silver shields. They're going to be raising those shields high right now, as Teclis almost rides out to meet them, but decides better of it. He's going to allow all of his sisters to really rain down the fire instead. Big Fat Net does come in on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and it does look like the Flamesfire Phoenix is actually going to move into combat, but with the assistance of the Sisters, they are roasting the Chaos Sorcerer Lord so much damage, and that's going to free up the Flamesfire to hunt down the Exalted Hero, who is the best answer to these Sisters at the moment. So much damage has gone down, but a lot of shots are also missing. That famous Elvish accuracy not really paying dividends so far, but in come the Fireborn as well as the Reavers looking to surround and pin in that Exalted Hero, who's taking so much damage right now from that Sister Talons combo. In the front line, we do get a beautiful fiery convocation birthed into the world, racing down at the battle line. Oh my god, catching 3 units and nearly wiping them out. The Chaos Warriors not having a good day. Chaos Warriors and Mirror Guard also suffering quite badly. Well-placed Pendulum is going to take out the majority of the Talons. Luckily, though, for the High Elves, the Exalted Hero did get pinned in by some beautiful cavalry play. The Fireborn didn't even need to get involved because that Exalted Hero simply got beaten back by the Flamesfire itself. Fireborn will be bouncing across to the second Manticore, looking to save their range, but the front line, despite that lovely fiery convocation, which only actually got 15 kills with a load of HP damage, the Spearmen are still losing pretty badly. They're breaking in the majority of the battle line. The left-hand side is holding slightly better, but as soon as that right-hand side crumbles, they're going to get enveloped and surrounded on all fronts. The Fireborn have managed to surround the Chaos Pharaoh Manticore, doing some pretty decent damage to it, and the Flamesfire Phoenix is starting to drop those glorious fiery poops down on the Chaos Warriors of Halberds, and he's going to be swooping back for a secondary bombing run. The Sisters, as well as the Talons, are now having to retreat back from their blades of the Mirror Guard and try to get out of here and maybe find some sanctuary behind the Fireborn, who have now dealt with that Chaos Pharaoh Manticore. The game has been well and truly dominated by the High Elf forces. A lovely pendulum coming in slightly too early, though, in its positioning. The Illyrian Reavers are chasing down the Exalted Hero. This Pharaoh Manticore is being forced off as well. And now it looks like the Lord is isolated and alone. Flamesfire Phoenix is hunting it down at any opportunity possible. There are some Horse Masters coming in for support, but for the most part, they've been dealt with relatively well here by the High Elf player, chasing them away with his own cavalry and getting them away from those key targets. Some of the archers are still firing. The Sisters are falling back in two different directions. We do get a Flock of Doom catching the Chaos Warriors of Halberds. Balance of power is slightly in favor of the High Elves, but really not by that much whatsoever, because the infantry is just being dominated right now. Even Halberds, who are more designed to kill anti-large, they will cleave their way through this Elvish shield wall, who's holding relatively firm considering that the quality of opponents they are up against today. In the distance, the Fireborn are actually ushering the Mordor Horse Masters into the corner of the map. This could be a little bit of a micro mistake by the Warriors of Chaos player, because if he gets ensnared there, there is no way the Fireborn won't break them off the battlefield. As for the archers, the Talons are running just about for their life. We have some Sisters of Avalon with 18 models also falling back, but these Sisters have been caught and getting cut up nastily by the Horse Masters. Great pressure there from the Warriors of Chaos player. Now, Teclis is surrounded by Halberds, really not where he wants to be. He has the Spearmen for support, and it looks like the Chaos Sorcerer Lord actually beat back the Flamesfire relatively comfortably, probably coming in with a Mind Razor to buff his own stats. But now he's in range once again of the archers. He rather wisely decides to fall back and retreat. However, the poor Chaos Pharaoh Manticore once again is going to get scorched and burnt by the Flamesfire, who itself is going to be receiving a lovely, lovely regrowth. That's going to be topping up quite nicely and giving it the courage to once again go after that Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Shadows. A couple of the Halberds are now surrounding Teclis pretty bad. He doesn't have a net to pin him in place, but he does have a fiery convocation. The second of the day, a Flaming Phoenix is burst into the world and whoosh, straight through there, deleting those two units. Up to 100 kills is now Teclis, and his HP damage he's done to the enemy is quite frankly ridiculous. Flamesfire Phoenix is trying its heart out against the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. We are going to be getting a Sword of Anti-Heroes and Orcham's Mind Razor. That weapon strength is up to 779, and despite the health disadvantage, it is beaten the living snot out of the Phoenix, but once more it is reborn. There we go, back into the fight once more. Chaos Sorcerer Lord has to do the same job twice, and it looks like the Chaos Sorcerer Lord not giving it such a good go this time. He's relatively low, only 138 HP, and he does break. If that Flamesfire didn't do that, it's looking pretty bad for the High Elves, but considering they've managed to take out the enemy leadership and cast at the same time, there is certainly still hope, despite the fact Teclis is really, really struggling right now with only 530 HP. Horse Masters are being used to chase off Spearmen, as well as these Sisters, which is a really nice clutch play. We do still have the Fireborn, as well as a pretty healthy unit of Illyrian Reavers to help deal with this infantry. Just surround it, break it down, hit it from all sides, and eventually they will break, particularly because their lord has now actually completely died. So down here on the ground, there's a very sad sight of a beautiful Manticore having crushed its master underneath its wings and bulk. Flamesfire Phoenix can now come back to the fray, and it's at its healing cap, so no more regrowths for him, unfortunately. He still does have some more bombardments, which may be able to deal with the Halberds as well as other Chaos Warrior units. The Fireborn and the Reavers are trying to trap and ensnare the Horse Masters. They've been rather squirrely, though, and just about managing to stay out of range, and they get in each other's way. Oh no! This basically sums up chaos, getting in each other's way, and it leads doom for everyone, and both these units will be going down. There are more Reavers as well collapsing upon them, and it seems like both these units will break. We do get a regrowth go down on the Fireborn. They still have a relatively impressive 21 models left, so plenty of healing room for them, and both these units of Horse Masters will not be able to escape the battlefield. All that we have left is a few haggard units of halberds. They're looking really beat up right now, and some Chaos Warriors as well. There's going to be some spearmen rallying in the trees, maybe wanting to hide and not really attack these Chaos Warriors just yet. Balance Power is loving the High Elves, largely due to the fact that the Lord is dead, and they still have some rather expensive units in the form of the Fireborn on the battlefield, just chasing down and routing enemy troops. We're going to fast forward here a little bit as it's just both armies repositioning. The Warriors of Chaos are going to be trying to come together once more to make a desperate last stand as the High Elves do reposition themselves as well to come in for that final battle. It should be a victory for the High Elves, you would assume, particularly if we do have some more bombardments left. It looks like Teclis has regrowthed himself up to instill even more fire in the bellies of his army. So the War Chaos player is going to hide in the trees. I believe this is a quick battle, not a Torment battle, so this is absolutely fine. In Torment, of course, you cannot hide the majority of your army in some trees, but in this situation, of course, on a quick battle, it makes sense, right? Because your halberds and other stuff aren't going to get impacted negatively, whereas the Flamespire Phoenix and all this cavalry will fight far weaker in the trees. But if your opponent does this, yeah, simply shoot them. He's got the Talons. There's only 5 models, but hey, you still got 10 volleys. Use up all those volleys. Do all the damage possible. Simply gain more Winds of Magic as well. So you've got more regrowths, maybe a Flock of Doom coming in. A Flock of Doom plus a charge from all the cavalry. It doesn't matter how much damage you do. That's going to break their morale. A few shots are starting just to pour in. Looks like he's going to use up all his ammunition. You can see here as well, Teclis is buffing himself with the Sword of Teclis, greatly improving his all his Winds of Magic. And it looks like he's going to be coming in for the final kill now. Spearmen are starting to surround. Cavalry is all getting in position. The Big Bird also wants to bomb dive in. And here comes the final fight. Flock of Doom, Lancers lowered, Flamespire Phoenix diving. Even Teclis is going to get in there for a little bit of a lick. And the balance of power is so close to army losses that when all of these negative impacts come in, getting rear charged, being outnumbered, stronger and scarier opponents nearby, the Chaos Warriors simply collapse with no leader left to guard them. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Well played to Mr. Tefel as well as Say Please. Both of them played really well. Some quite interesting builds. Those invocations, or not invocations, my god, it's been a long day, guys. I've just finished 5 hours of streaming. The big old Flamespire Phoenix going whoosh. For a convocation, there we go. 2,165 damage value. 110 kills from Teclis. I absolutely love the fire-themed build. Coming in as well with the Sisters and the Talons, combining nicely with that Flamespire Phoenix. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this and well played to the players. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a big old thumbs up. Subscribe as well for more Total War Warhammer content. And comment down below what you thought of the battle. Like a ton of links in the description as always, to my Twitch, to my Discord, loads of different stuff. Feel free to go check it out if you so wish. But back to the battle. 110 kills, 17k damage dealt, very impressive work by Teclis. The Spearmen were born to die, and die they did indeed do, so not a bad day's work for them. Really love this combination. It's quite old school and classic, the Double Sisters and the Talons. Talons gain 679 damage of value, but also imbuing that fire weakness to anything they hit, allowing the Sisters to get 788 and 760 damage value. Not a bad day's work considering how quickly they were shut down. As for the Reavers, they did okay, 956 damage value being the highlight. The Fireborn were amazing, 1,190 value, but the Flamespire Phoenix, without a doubt in my opinion, alongside Teclis, the MVP. 2,464 damage value, winning the 3v1 air fight when he had no right to by dragging the Manticores over towards the Archers. This is a big no for anyone playing. With your Flyers, you want to fight over your own army, not the opponent's army. That way you're closer to magical support and closer to ranged support as well. And that's just what Mr. Tefel did until he got on the upper hand, obviously. Then he hunted down the enemy and put them to the sword. As to Say Please, I love to see the Chaos Sorcerer Lord in action. 2,480 damage value. Very impressive. Nearly won the game. If that Flamespire Phoenix had gone down, I think most likely the Warriors of Chaos win, because he can then float around and hunt out Teclis, and there's not too much to stop that terror in the later stages. Only 347 damage value on the Exalted Hero. The Archers as well as the Cavalry really punished both these Manticores. The other one as well, only 340. As for the Infantry, 755, 782 from the basic Chaos Warriors, 600 and 399 and 1,257 from the Halberds damage value wise, and then the Mirror Guard, 109 kills, 1,242 damage value. Useful unit almost always. I highly recommend trying out this unit if you don't bring it that often. As for the Marauder Horse Masters, 820, 670, 1200, 557 damage value. Always nice to have that ample amount of skirmish cavalry on the battlefield, particularly for Wars of Chaos and Norska, because your only answer to certain styles of builds. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope the energy levels were still there. I will be live streaming once again on CA's channel. I will still try to get a video out tomorrow at some point. Again, it might be a little bit later in the day than you're used to. But if you want to come by, swing by and support, 3 PM GMT. There's going to be a best of 5 finals on CA's Twitch channel, as well as CA's Total War live channel, which you can find either just by typing it in, hopefully, or going to their Total War channel underneath channels. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, peace, peace. And as always, stay awesome.